Hi, I'm Dave Dreaded, and I support this message. Hi, I'm Dave Dreaded here, and I am in support of the cocktail party. That's right, there should be 2 beers in every fridge. You know what, if you're not brewing beer and you don't have at least 5 kegs in your refrigerator, there's something wrong. You know what, we talk about a recession. That's right, there's a recession of beer. We need to have more people making this luscious elixir of refreshment, especially of an adult style beverage. That's right. Again, I am running on the cocktail party. My name is Dave Dixon, and I support this message. All right, guys, here we are, Dave's Dreaded TV. Teach a Friend to Homebrew Day, AHA. It's November 3rd right here. I'm here with John Covey. We're members of the NKY Homebrewers Guild, and we're brewing over here at Holler Hops and Grill. That's right, Holler Hops and Grill in Burlington, Kentucky, off of Oak Brook. So if you're ever in Burlington, Kentucky, stop by Holler Hops and Grill. Good beer, good food. John, say a little bit about the club and what's going on. And
we're here with the NKY Homebrewers Guild. We started this January. Got some pretty good numbers going out, but we're out here for learning how to homebrew day, like you said. We've got 2 setups going. Dave's got his big rig, and I've got my simple brew in the back rig. And we're going to brave the rain and the cold and brew some beer.
As you'll notice, we got the tents up. You guys watched my series before. We're set up for a rain day, but it's starting to break up. We're going to brew some beer. We're going to have some fun. We're going to teach people how to brew beer. So this is Dave's Dreaded TV. I'm brewing an English style IPA. I believe you're brewing an American
Amber Ale.
So that'll be ready in about a month. So brew hard. Come back. All right, guys, in the past, I've got some feedback that you want to see more of the process. So I'm going to talk you through the process and then show you what we're doing here. Right now, we're bringing our water up to strike temperature. I got about a 30-pound grain bill we're going to be mashing today at about 150. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my strike water, which is about up to here, 7.5 gallons. All we got is water in it right now. So when we start mashing everything, I bring the camera in closer. We're going to bring up the strike water to about 154. I mean, pardon me, 164, 166. That way when I put my grain in, because it's a little cold out here today, it'll drop right down to the temperature it needs for mashing, and we're rocking and rolling. We're going to do about a 60 to 90 minute mash today, and we'll show you the process as we get closer. So just want to talk to you a little bit about the strike water and bring your temperature up. So what we have here, hot liquor tank full of water. We use that for when we get ready to sparge later on. So anyway, just checking back with you on our process here. Also, John's going to be doing a bag method brewing, kind of new, unique, really good situation. So we're going to get some video of that. So if you folks want to try that, John will walk us through those steps also. So anyway, Dave's Dreaded. We're doing in here, guys, and we want to see more of the process. So the grain's ground, nice coarse. I have my own mill at home. We're doing in here. It's going to be kind of hard to see it, but we're at 166 because we get a strike temperature of about 150 for our mash. Usually turn off all the heat, everything, get this grain doughed in nice and good, and then we'll crank everything back up, make sure the temperature's right.
So yeah,
dough in, explain that.
Dough it in, well basically you're taking the grain, putting it into water and stirring it up. Put a little bit in, you stir it, that way you don't get the big dough balls. Dough ball is like you put grain in the water, not good.
Not good.
Won't convert, mash won't be good, and everything.
The hot liquor tank's a little tall there, yeah.
We're doing an English style IPA. We got 25.5 pounds of 2-row. We got 1.5 pounds of Cara 8, little maltodextrin there. And we got a pound and a half of Crystal 20 and 1.5 pounds of Crystal 40. So should be a pretty good beer, about an 8 Lovabond. It'll be good. So we're going to be doing this. We're going to mash for 90 minutes, make sure we get all the goodness out of it. And Joe's walking away.
I got you. Did you tell everybody where you are today?
Yes, we're at Holler Hops and Grill here in Burlington, Kentucky. You guys are in Florence, Burlington, Cincinnati area. You got to come on over to Burlington. Holler Hops and Grill off of Oak Brook and Pleasant Valley. Great beer, great food. Holler Hops and Grill. Friend them on Facebook.
Oh look, we even have curbside service.
Actually, they were actually bringing it through the window.
Yeah. Over here we have the pass-through window.
so that was about 4%.
That's Randy. Say hi, Randy.
Yes, please. Thank you much.
30 pounds.
10-gallon batch.
Ask Joe about a lot of grain. His barley wine gotta come down, man.
Yeah, are you fighting a little temperature there?
Yeah, it's going down. It's starting to get hotter than I thought. It didn't come down. Yeah, she's almost at 20 gallons.
Well, once you put your grain in there, the temperature drops quite a bit, doesn't it?
Should.
We're getting ready to mash in using the bag method. All I have here is a $5 window shear from a department store. I put a little paracord through it. So we're just going to go ahead and throw this in here and get some grain in.
And explain why you're doing this. What's the
I'm doing this. I was doing the traditional cooler mash tun, with a CPVC slotted manifold. And that was great. I was only getting about 65% efficiency. A lot more to clean, a lot more in the process. This is really nice because you have a lot finer filter, much finer filter than slots or even a stainless steel manifold. And it's all in one vessel. So you heat strike water in here, throw the bag in, throw the grain in. Everything's in one vessel. If your temps are a little low, you can throw a little fire on it and get it up to where you want to be. My efficiencies with this method have actually jumped from 65 to around 77%. So about a 12% efficiency gain, which is pretty significant. And the beer is as good quality, if not better, so far.
Sure got to help you in cleanup too, huh?
Oh, it's so much quicker. You pull the bag out, you dump it, and you're done.
So do you typically run that tank over there, the hot liquor tun at 100? I'm running about 170.
Great, we'll check in with you just a second. Are you about ready to start adding?
We're going to go ahead and get our grain in here.
All right, we got our water.
We got our bag in there. Already got my strike water up to 157. We're going to shoot for about a 152.
I want a little bit of light bottom inside the egg, but I got careful to chop it.
Just makes the process a lot easier.
What's your grain bill?
Grain bill is 11.5 pounds. I've got 10 pounds of 2-row pale. I've got a pound of Crystal 80, and I've got a ½ pound of dextrin malt for a little bit of body.
Sweet. What are you making?
American Amber Ale.
I gotta check this out.
Yeah.
You notice John's grain's a little bit more powderier than mine.
Yeah, that is the other thing there. I mean, I've got my grain mill set. I mill my own grain, and I've got my grain mill set to where it absolutely pulverizes it. It's just a fine powder, and that helps a lot with the efficiency because again, you've got a lot finer filter, so you can mill your grain down a lot finer, and you'll get a better efficiency out of it.
John, question for you.
Yeah.
Just for the guys that have never done this before. This bag, I'm sure you may have already told this, but this bag here is not like your normal bag you would use for extract brewing, kind of the sock method because
right. Oh yeah, not the cheesecloth or the that doesn't filter nearly as fine. Like I said, this is just a window shear from a department store. It costs about $5. They sell them online. They're all sewed up real nice. I'm gonna sew one up too. I just haven't got around to it yet. But I mean, you can really, if you're thinking about going all grain, really easy method. If you have a decent sized pot, you can go grab one of these and you're really ready to go for an all grain batch. It makes it really quick, really easy.
Excellent, John. Great. I love your method too for holding it down too. Excellent.
Yeah. And in one vessel brewing, it's cut my brew day down to about 3.5 hours and not sacrifice quality and increased efficiency. So I haven't been able to find a flaw in the process yet.
Unlike me, I'll be here for 5.5 hours.
All right, looks
That's
great.
what happens. That's what happens when you get these young pups in here brewing. They bring these new ideas. I kind of like it though.
New ideas. This is simple.
New?
This is going a little more archaic, I think.
No, this is called efficiency.
That is called efficiency.
All right, we'll check in with you a little bit.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, we're here mashing now. We actually got everything going. We came in a little hot. We were able to get it down. If your mash comes in a little hot and you're not hitting your strike temperature, a couple things you can do. You can flip out and stir like crazy, or you can take, as I was doing for the first 5 minutes, and then I figured out if I add a little filtered cold water, because it's about 42 degrees out here, our ground temperature is probably 50, 60 degrees on our water right now. So anyway, we added a little cold water. We brought us right down to 150. Now, Joe, zoom in here. We're actually mashing here, and I have a little manifold that I built. Comes out of my system here. Film over here, zoom over here, Joe. This is my manifold. It comes in here. Now, if I want to blend, it goes in. I have about 10 foot of copper in here, and this is hot liquor, so this is a heat exchanger. Or I can bypass. What I'm doing right now is blending to get my 150 degree temperature coming out. So this thermometer says 150. Water's coming out as 150. So what we do then is I'll stir this throughout the mash. We're going to do this for about an hour, hour and a half. You get a nice even flow over your bed. And this is the different. I love it that we're having two different methods here on this series, and it's going to be really great. John doing the single batch, the bag method, and I'm doing the old single infusion. So anyway, we're mashing at 150. You'll see the nice flow going through here. As it starts, as your grain bed starts to compact, you may see the flow kind of slow down. Stir the grain. It's okay to stir it during the mash. When you get to the point of strikeout, when you're trying to clarify, that's when you really don't want to stir it. But hopefully by then, your grain bed is set. So anyway, you saw John mashing over there in the single bag method, and I'm sitting here mashing at 150 in the traditional method. So this is really good. We got two methods going here today. John's going to take about 3.5, 4 hours. I'm going to take about 5.5 to 6 hours. So it's a brew day. Dave's Dreaded TV, brew hard.
So I'm just stirring a little bit. It's another great thing that helps with the efficiency with this brew in a bag method is you can pretty much stir the mash as much as you want because you're not worried about disturbing the grain bed. So you can really stir it as much as you want at any point in the process because you're not worried about that grain bed settling and needing to use that as a filter and to compact so you don't get a stuck sparge. There really is no stuck sparge with this method. But it's got a little bit of heat on. I was about a degree low. Other nice thing about this is you can throw some direct heat on it if you're a little bit low and get it back up. We'll let it mash for another 60 minutes or so.
How long has it been on?
It's been on for about 20 minutes. I'm going to do a 75-minute mash.
Fantastic.
I got a full recipe at home.
You see, this is what happens when you do the brew ins over here. You know, you got these guys over there just kind of sitting inside. We got the pass-through window over here.
Mash halfway full, and that's where I'm worried. Stop it. You're bolted on there. Stop your mash.
They finally looked up and saw me over there.
No, you mash completely, and then when you're sparring. All right, guys, here we are. Here we got about 40 minutes left here in the mash. Look in here, Joe. You'll see we got a nice flow here. We're mashing in about 150. Got a nice little water layer here. It's going pretty good here. We're doing we're mashing this IPA, English style IPA, at about 150. I wanted a little bit lighter, crisper beer, but we did put some carapils in there, some maltodextrin, so I want a little body to it. We'll see how it turns out. Brewed this beer a couple times in the past, and it's turned out really good. But remember, when you're mashing, the thing is patience. People want to sit there and they want to convert. They want to see how quick they can get it converted. Okay, guys, if you're going to brew, take your time. I mash for 90 minutes, no matter what. Period, end of discussion. You know, you get all of the grain then. You give it time, it matures. All the specialty malt will then get incorporated, and you will get all. I'm having efficiencies about 85. The brew house efficiency for my recipe calls for 75, so I have to actually bump my base malt down a little bit because I'm going well over my gravity. The key thing here is time. You know, John, I love John's method over here, the single bag, and I'm actually going to try a single bag. I'll be doing something with that later, and we'll try that. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to John, and I'm going to brew in his system, and he brew in my system, and we'll see how it turns out. But anyway, what we have here is we're mashing right now, and give a shot in here, Joe.
Yep.
Really nice, slow mash. So what we've done is we've got the grain, we're stirring it ever so often. We're mashing right at 150. Got the hot liquor tank here with the herms. Keeping, we got a heat exchange going on here. We're blending up here. So the water coming in, coming out, temperature on the mash tun that goes into the grain bed is right on track. So we're doing good here. So remember, patience is the key here. So this is Dave's Dreaded TV. We're mashing. We'll come back on the next step when we get ready to sparge. Remember, brew hard. Hey, John, we were just talking about this. Okay,
Yeah.
now you're doing the bag method. I'm doing the this method. So,
Right.
what we're going to do here, we're going to switch it up one of these days. You're going to brew in my system and brew old school.
Okay.
And I'm going to brew in your system and do new school.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Well, it'd be an interesting experiment to see.
Right. Let you brew mine.
You do your recipe on mine. I'll do my recipe on yours, and see how different they come out.
So we got to save some bottles from that.
Yeah.
And then I'll do mine on yours. I'll do a 5-gallon. What I'm doing a 5-gallon. We'll pump yours up to a 10-gallon doing this. Then what we'll do is, this will be a great experiment. So you make sure you save a couple, like 3 bottles from your bag method of amber, and then do save 3 bottles from this one. And we'll do that, and we'll have a club event.
Yeah.
All right, we're on, man.
I like it.
And we can have the club members vote.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we
And
can
then
see.
the loser has to.
No, there's no losers.
Yeah. We don't want to get into that.
Guys, no.
I don't want to know what you're going to try and make me do.
No, guys, there's no
Run around the
losers.
parking lot in your boxer.
There's no
snow.
there's no losers in
losers in brewing beer.
this. What happens here is that you see the same recipe brewed this way, and then I will go brew on his, and then he will bring his and brew on mine. What you're going to see is how they turn out. I can almost guarantee you they're going to be a wash, but it's still, I think it'd be a great
It'll
experiment.
probably be a little bit different because process and procedure can mean no major difference in taste and things, but you'll probably notice maybe a different malt character from doing the full recirculation all the time. Maybe I'll probably be better efficiency.
Well, the only thing the thing about this is the only process different will actually be the brew day. I'll take mine home and go through my process, so my IPAs will both be identical. John will take his home and his will be identical, so the only difference will be the actual system brewing. So, anyway,
Awesome.
excellent. I think it's a great experiment.
I do too. I've been wanting to do some experiments like that.
Hi, I'm Joe Pozak, and I'm running underneath the cocktail party. My competitor, Dave Dixon's gone out there and done a smear campaign saying that my beer is lifeless. Says that it lacks character and body. I am the embodiment of character. I ask for your vote. We don't do a smear campaign. Dave's beer's good. 3rd place is okay in a competition. 2nd place is okay. I'm going for number 1. I'm underneath the cocktail party. Vote for Joe. All right, this is the unapproved, unabridged, Dave's dreaded TV here. We're over at Hops and Holler. Teach a friend to brew day. Got a real nice setup over here. Got a couple tents. Well, let's go inside the Holler Hops and Grill and see what we got. Have a beautiful little patio.
What are you doing here? Giving a little tour of the Holler Hops?
Yeah. I'm doing the unapproved DDTV. All right, let's see what we got here. I think it's kind of funny. It's Wart music, and Wart's what your beer is before it turns into beer. Huh. Coincidence? I think not. Oh.
How you doing?
What's your name?
Josh.
All right, Josh, come on in, and
Thanks,
we're going to
sir.
take a tour here. There's the chef, had his burger, good stuff. He's not only a cook, but he's a customer as well.
I mean, my special red eye gravy. My special, that's our hangover special.
The hangover special, Hops and Holler, got a stage. There's Randy, she's giving us great service. She thinks she's going to get a tip today, but of course she's greatly mistaken. Did she say they have the widescreen TV? She just have to zoom in on them. Oh, yeah, there it is.
There you go.
The pass-through window, we are getting service out. Not off-premise service.
This is the tumblers, $2. The tumblers are nut brown. That's a good one.
Unsuspecting customers here on a brew day. Oh, and they have a country store here. So if you want to buy some can of tomatoes or some black beans.
No access.
Richie games are like, plus Ravens is still the ball part of it. Like, all right, take a shot.
Does everything come out okay? Everything
It was Good. Guys, here we are here at Holler Hops and Grill, Burlington, Kentucky, right here at the corner of Pleasant Valley and Oak Brook, right here. Excellent beers on tap. You got tap, you got bottled beer, excellent food. Man, check it out. Holler Hops and Grill. If you're in this area, this is a must stop. So this is Dave's Dreaded TV making a recommendation for Holler Hops and Grill here at the corner of Pleasant Valley and Oak Brook.
And as we move into election day, I've decided that I found a new party I'm going to vote for. I'm going to go ahead and vote for the cocktail party. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Guys, we're getting ready to do first word hopping here. We're getting ready to start the sparge. We got this. We had a really nice mash, and I'm doing first word hopping on this English style IPA. Looking here, Joe. We got U.S. Fuggles in there. Leaf. So anyway, we're gonna get ready. We're gonna rinse the hot liquor off of here over top of the grain and bring it in here into the boil kettle. So I'm gonna get this started because my temperature's starting to drop.
Now, wasn't that U.S. Fuggles? Wasn't he like the 23rd president?
Yes.
That's quality.
And then there's my
right there.
paddle.
Yes, it is. Okay, the back. Tell us the story about the paddle, Dave.
This paddle has touched every beer I've ever made. Every beer. When I get dyed, this paddle's gonna be buried with me holding it like this.
When you get dyed?
I think that's where it's gonna be. It'll be with you, but...
Yeah, it'll be with you, but we're gonna put it in a different spot.
Yeah.
Popsicle Dave!
You're doing whole leaf hop, Dave?
We are not allowed to touch the paddle.
Do you always do whole leaf, or do you do
Whatever's available. I had whole leaf. I prefer whole leaf. I actually prefer the whole hop.
Let's check on what's happening inside. Oh, look at all. There's our club members. We can kind of take attendance in there.
Have you ever tried to
Yeah, there we go. Brandon. Okay, everybody's in there nice and warm. What do you got going on here, man?
All right, so we just finished our mash. We also did a little mash out, raised the temperature to 170 degrees. From what I'm told, from our mash temp of 152, from what I'm told or from what I read, that it actually really helps the efficiency with the brew in the bag to do a mash out. And I got it up to 170, let it sit for about 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and pull the bag out now. Which really is just as easy as it looks. There you go.
Did you bring that little bar thing? Nice.
But it's a light grain bill, so it's easy to manage with one person. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna squeeze at the top a little bit. Just try and get as much of that good wort out of there as you can. From everything I've read, and I've done this 4 or 5 times now, squeezing the grains, anything like that, I've got no tannins, no astringency or harshness out of the grain at all. Apparently you can just squeeze all out you want. You're not going to get any of that bad graininess. So we'll let this drain for a second. We'll put it in the bucket, let it drain a little bit more, and pour whatever we don't get out in here back in. You want to grab that hop spider? And that's it for your grain. You're clean up, pull the bag out, dump the grain, and you're done. We're going to also use our little hop spider guy, just a PVC collar. And these bags are actually brilliant for brewing, even if you don't use this to put hops in, to put grains in. They're 5-gallon paint strainer bags, nylon bags. You can get them at the hardware store for about $4 for 2 of them. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead here in a second. We're going to measure out our hops. We do first wort hopping. From what I've noticed in my beers, it tends to make the hop character, the bitterness, a little bit smoother. So we're going to go ahead and get that on and check back soon.
All right, guys, we're sitting here. We're actually sparging now. You look at here, Joe. We actually got the Spiral of Death here. This is a Listerman's fly sparger. I forget what it's called now. I call it the Spiral of Death. We actually did a first wort hop here. We got 2.5 ounces of Fuggle hops here, about 6.2% alpha acid. I like the first wort hops because sometimes when you put hops in it at the beginning of the boil, especially around IPAs, pale ales, some of your big hoppier beers, I like doing the first wort hopping because I feel that as the liquid has not come up to a boil yet, what's happening is it's absorbing all of the hop flavor, oils, and everything, and it really blends very well. And I think your bitterness is more smoother. It's not as harsh, and it really gives you a nice base for the whole beer. So anyway, we did 2.5 ounces of Fuggles, and I think it's gonna be a good brew. So we're talking about here. There's like 3 different style, actually 4 different style hops you get. You can get hop oils and hop extract, and a lot of the big brewers will use that. They can just put it right in. It's more of a liquid form. It's extracted from the hop whole hops. What I like to do is my preference is either leaf hops or whole hops. What I'm using today in this one, I'm using some pellets, but right now we'll talk about pellets later on, but this is a leaf hop where the leaves have been pulled off the hop plant. I prefer the leaf hops because sometimes the alpha acids are a little bit higher. I actually prefer the whole hops if you can get those. And then pellets have been actually ground, and it almost looks like rabbit pellets, like the food you would feed rabbits or like a guinea pig or something like that. And we'll show those later. But what I have here is leaf hops, and I think it actually change the hoses. I prefer leaf hops when I can actually, because when you're boiling, the leaves interact more with the beer, and you get a lot more extraction. So anyway, hops, you got whole, leaf, pellet, and then your hop oil. So again, I prefer whole. I'll use leaf, and when I have to, I'll use pellet. So that's my preference. Again, these are all my preferences and just things I've gained over the years. So take it for what it's worth. Anyway, this is Dave's Dreaded TV. We're brewing an American style IPA with leaf hops today with a little pellets. Brew hard. Okay guys, here we are at Dave's Dreaded TV. We're finishing up the bowl here. It's been a miserable day. It's been raining off and on. We've had hail. It's not what it was supposed to be. Anyway, we're brewing beer. It's a good day. We're finishing up the bowl here. I'm getting ready to kind of end it up because with the rain, everything's going to be kind of hard to film. So anyway, we're going to finish up the bowl here. We've been bowling for 90 minutes. We're getting ready to do some Irish moss here at 15 minutes. 5 minutes of East Kent Goldings, 2 ounces at 5 minutes, and then 1 ounce at Flame Out, and then we're going to chill, and then we're out of here. So anyway, look for us on Dave Dreaded TV. That's YouTube/DDreaded. We're out there. We're going to be good. Anyway, Northern Kentucky Homebrewers Guild, that's right. We're the Happening Club here in the greater Cincinnati area. Check us out on NKYGuild.org, I believe. Homebrewersguild.org. You can check it out, and I'll put the link up there on my YouTube. So anyway, this is Dave's Dreaded TV. I just wanted to do a sign out here because we're going to get out of here and get home. So anyway, brew hard, brew often.
This is our one guy. Yeah, as you can see, man, it is wicked. We had some hail. That's not it. That's where we dumped the bucket. We've had some rain out there. How many guys do you say showed up today, you think?
At least 15.
About 15, 20, yeah. Some innocent bystanders. We have some of our club members over here. See inside the club there? They got some people. Club members. There's Randy. She served us today. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, thunder. Oh, lightning.
Thunder. Lightning.
We got thunder.
Okay, we gotta go. Hey Dave, you keep saying hot liquor. What kind of liquor are you actually using in that hot liquor tank?
I could tell you, but in about 5 states it'd be illegal.
We are in Kentucky.
I did not say that. I'm from Kentucky, and hi, I'm Dave Dixon, and well, what do they say on the political ads?
Who's that? I'm Dave Dixon, and I approve this.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dave Dixon, and I approve this message.
I'm Joe Pozek, and I support.
No.